Hello, this is Jedi Master Daniel 96, and today I will be reviewing Star Wars Clone Wars Volume 6 on the fields of battle. And I'm gonna read what's on the back here, then give you a rundown, give you brief rundowns of what happens in this book, and then give you my thoughts and all that. So let's begin. The Clone Wars continue to spread, engulfing ever more systems in strife from the city planet of Coruscant to space station asteroids to untamed worlds on the edge of the galaxy. The Jedi find themselves on the fields of battle. Mace Windu leads an elite Jedi strike force against an army of trained killers in a demonstration of Jedi power and resolve. Aayla Secura must confront her former master in an effort to retrieve the plans for a weapon that has already destroyed one world. Obi-Wan Kenobi and Anakin Skywalker must join forces with a renegade Jedi to prevent a... And that's... I'll just, pretty much skip it there, because that's all stuff that goes on in the book, and... Well, the first story arc... this collects issues 65 to 71 of Star Wars Republic. First story arc's about Mace Windu, and then he starts out with him and Barriss Offee on the planet Null, and then they escape bounty hunters and stuff, and then Mace Windu and a group of Jedi fight the bounty hunters and all that. Quinlan Vos is captured, is still working with Count Dooku undercover and all that stuff. And then we have the second story in here is one with Obi-Wan and Anakin, and then they team up with this Jedi called Zadja. If I pronounce it, spelled Z-A-A-D-J-A. And then they're on a planet called Tono. And then Zadja has to sacrifices herself to destroy a separatist base because that's what the mission is, and then she blows up the base, and then Anakin kind of is a bit upset on her death and stuff and all that kind of stuff, and then they succeeded with the mission by blowing up the base, and then Zadja makes her sacrifice and stuff. Then we have the third story arc, which is Aayla Secura on the planet Honoghr. And Honoghr is a planet from the Thrawn trilogy. And that's where the planet the Noghri are from. And that's, what Rook species is from Honoghr. And so a little nice connection of continuity with something in the prequel era connecting to some, with a planet that appears later in the timeline in the post-Return of the Jedi era. That's one of the beauties of the expanded universe. We get to see a planet from a novel trilogy appear in a single issue of a comic, and that's one of the beauties of the expanded universe, is how all connected it is, how one thing from a novel or a comic, vice versa, can appear in either one. That's one of the beauties of it. And then pretty much, that's just a little sidetrack thing there. And with also you have Aayla Secura confronts Quinlan Vos, because Quinlan Vos is on the dark side and stuff, working with Count Dooku and stuff. And then in our fourth story arc, we have the Dreadnoughts of Rendili. Quinlan Vos is captured. Him and Obi-Wan team up and all that kind of stuff. And then we have Anakin fighting Asajj Ventress in this, and we see how Anakin got the scar, and he gets the scar from Asajj Ventress, the scar that Anakin has in Revenge of the Sith. And I remember, all years ago, I first knew about this while Anakin got the scar that he has in Revenge of the Sith, which it also confirms in the Revenge of the Sith visual dictionary, that they say that it says Asajj Ventress gave Anakin his scar, and you can also check that out in the Revenge of the Sith visual dictionary. I remember, I knew about that at since I was like 8 or 9 years old. Like, Anakin got his scar from Asajj Ventress, and that's where I've learned it. And then I remember even reading this, years ago, seeing how that it shows that Anakin got his scar in here. And I'd have to say this was actually quite a good read. Like, I'd say this was an improvement from the last volume, because I felt like majority of the stories in Volume 5 were, like, decent, and I'd say these ones are coming, this is where I'd say they get back on track. And artwork is quite good. I'll showcase you the artwork and stuff, like give you an example of some artwork. Like, I'll show you like random panels from the different story arcs. And I'll show you. Like, I'll show you the one where Anakin get him. I'll show you the one with him fighting Ventress. No, that's not the one where he gets the. I'll show you the other one we get how he gets the scar. So I'll show you in that panel right there, the middle. Alright, I'll give you a little zoom in. See, Ventress gives him the scar right there, and there's Anakin with his scar, as we see in Revenge of the Sith. And I said I pretty liked this comic, and that's all I gotta say. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel, and comment what you think of this down below, and I'll catch you guys next time. Bye.